Hi, I'm Lauren from Rad Shark Designs, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to make my Magic of Christmas blanket. So let's start off with a slip knot. So you're going to want to leave a long tail of yarn for this. Make sure it's nice and long, and you're going to use your finger to wrap it around. And you're going to form a loop. It's easier to hold it in place with your other hand. And then you're going to take your tail and you're going to wrap it around your other hand to form a second loop. Then you're going to take that tail and you're going to put it through the loop that you just created. So you're going to feed it back in on itself essentially. And then you're going to hold that loop, hold your tail and your working yarn, which is the longer bit, and you're going to pull it tight. And there you go, you have your first slip knot. Then you're going to take your crochet hook and you're going to put it into the knot. And you're going to take your tail and hold on to your yarn with your other hand, and you're going to pull it tight. And there you go. So next we're going to learn how to chain. So you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through. And that is a chain, simple as that. I'm going to do it a few more times. We're going to yarn over and pull it through. And we're going to yarn over again and pull it through. And then you're going to create a series of chains. And this is the foundation stitch for your blanket. And now after you've created a chain, you're going to single crochet. Now you're going to start single crocheting in the second loop from the hook. So you have one and the second chain. You got one and you got two. So you're going to take your crochet hook in your working hand and you're going to put it inside of that chain. And you're going to yarn over to wrap the yarn around your hook again. And you have two loops on your hook. And then you're going to yarn over once more and pull it through, and that is your single crochet. So we're going to do it a few more times for you to get used to it. So we're going to go into the chain and we're going to yarn over, pull through for two loops, then we're going to yarn over and pull through, and we'll have one loop on the hook. In, yarn over, pull through. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to single crochet across this entire chain. So after you have your line of single crochets, we are going to move on to the popcorn stitch, which might look a little fancy, but it is really just 4 single crochets in the same stitch and some fancy hook work. So you're going to start each row by chaining 1 and then single crocheting into the first stitch in your row. And after you're done that, you're going to do 4 single crochets into the same stitch. So you're going to go into the second stitch in your row, and you're going to do 4 single crochets. Got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should have 4 total stitches in that same stitch itself. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that 5th is the single crochet you started with. So now you're going to turn the hook towards you. It's not going away from you, it's going towards you. and you're going to put it in that very first single crochet that you did in the second stitch. So you're going to put it in the top loops, making sure that it has 2 loops on it. It goes into the V's at the top. You're going to insert your hook into that loop, and you're going to pull it through. So your stitches pop to the other side of your work, and that's what it'll look like. So to secure a popcorn stitch, you're going to go into that next stitch in your row, and you're going to secure it by doing 1 more single crochet. So we're going to do it a few more times, of course, for you to get comfortable, but that's what the popcorn stitch will look like when it's all said and done. So you're going to go into the next stitch after your single crochet, and you're going to do 4 more single crochets in that same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to put that hook towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to put it in the very top loops, so those V's that you see. Make sure it's going towards you again. And then grab the loop, pull it tight, make sure it doesn't slip, and pull through. See, it'll slip if you're not tight enough. And you're going to secure it again with a single crochet in the next stitch. And we'll do it one more time for good measure, but then you've got 2 popcorn stitches. So go into the next stitch, and you're going to do 4 more single crochets. Count 4, put the hook in the top, grab it, tighten it, pull it through, make sure again that you keep the tension or it will fall off your hook, and then secure it with a single crochet in the next stitch. Now if you continue along with those, I'm going to show you how to switch colors. So this pattern also requires you to go ahead and change colors. It sounds complicated, but it's actually super simple to do. I've left off this last single crochet, so you're going to go into that next stitch, and you're going to yarn over like you usually do with the color you're working with. But instead of finishing that off, you're going to put your yarn to the back of your work, and you're going to go ahead, grab your new yarn. In our case, it's the lovely red that we work with. Loop it onto the hook. Now you're not going to make a slip knot, you're just going to loop it on and hold it real tight. And you're going to yarn over that color. Make sure that also has a decent sized tail, and you're going to pull the yellow tight to make sure that that stitch stays where it needs to be. Take the yellow yarn, put it to the back of your work, and you're going to take your new color yarn and you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to do your popcorn stitch. So while changing colors, you will have a tail of your new color, so it is important to hold that tight to the stitches you have previously made and start stitching over it so it will disappear seamlessly into your work. It may leave a small tail on the back of your work. If your tail is too long, you can feel free to cut it as long as you're sure it is secured by your other stitches. If not, you can also leave it out and you can weave it in at the very end. So after you've completed all of your necessary work with your one color and you're ready to switch to a new part of the blanket, you're going to take your yarn, you're going to take off the color that you no longer need, again leaving a long tail. And you're going to do essentially what you did when you're changing colors. So you're going to hold it tight to the work, take your other color, and crochet over it. In this pattern, you'll be casting off colors only on rows of single crochets, making it easier for it to hide in your work and also easier for you to manage. So when you have arrived at the end of your piece, you will have one single loop. Go ahead and snip the working yarn, and you're going to feed it through that loop to tighten it up. And feed it through and then pull it tight. Make sure that's nice and secure so it's not going to go anywhere. Grab your tapestry or yarn needle that you have. Feed that final thread through, and you're going to weave it into the upper part of your work. So that's all those V's at the top of your stitch. Just go ahead and go back and forth, make sure it's plenty secure in there. You can do as many or as little as you want. Just make sure that you are confident that your work is secure. Turn it to the back, and then you're going to go ahead and feed your needle through the back of your last row of stitches, just to make sure it is extra secure. It might be a little tough, but you just have to work with it and feed through as much as you can. Take your scissors and you're going to snip that final little bit, and there you go! You have everything you need to do the Magic of Christmas blanket by Rad Shark Designs. And there you have it, you have everything you need to complete the Magic of Christmas blanket. Thank you again for purchasing the pattern. Let me see your pictures, tag me on Instagram as Rad Shark Designs. I look forward to seeing your work.